clinic right now. Y'all might wonder what goes on in our vet clinic. Well, this is where some animal procedures happen when something happens to an animal that needs to be taken care of by one of our vets. Or, like what you guys are going to be seeing here today, some of our animals are housed here when they can't live in their normal enclosures. So today we're going to be meeting our alligators, Java and Bayou. And as you might have guessed, alligators don't really do well in the cold, which it is right now. So where we keep them during the winter months when it's too cold for them is here in this vet clinic. But hopefully that's going to be changing pretty darn soon. Right now there's an awesome crew out there working on a new gator enclosure for them so that you guys can see them all year round. It's going to be really, really cool. Kara, do you want to talk about what the gator house is going to be looking like?
So gators are quite big. They can be from 11 to 12 feet for the males and about 7 to 9 feet for females. So they need a really large space. And that gator house, thank you guys for helping us fundraise for that and supporting us that and making our dreams come true.
Yeah, gator bingo.
And these guys, they're going to have an indoor-outdoor enclosure. They're going to have a heated area, and they can go outside when they want. You'll see them all year round, which is amazing too. Right now, they're just putting some electrical stuff going on, which is amazing. But yeah, so, we're super stoked and excited.
We're really pumped about it, and we hope that the boys are going to be super pumped about it too, which pretty sure they're going to be. Once you guys see what they're working with right now, it's not the biggest of areas for them right now, which is why we are so happy that you guys helped us out in raising all of that money to give them a better enclosure, because we always want to do the best that we can do to take care of our animals. So, another really quick thing before we get started into seeing our alligators, we're actually going to feed our alligators today. You get to watch them eat. You might be asking what they eat. Well, these guys are carnivores, and what they would be eating out in their natural ranges would mostly be fish and other things that they can just quickly grab and get their mouth around. Here at the safari, we feed them a mixture of different proteins, usually rats, and also just raw red meat. They love it, so we feed it to them, and it's super nutritious for them, so it's really good for them too. So like Carol was saying, these guys can get pretty big. They can actually grow their entire lives. So these guys are going to be continuously growing all the time. So you might see Java, our biggest male right now, and think he's super big. He's not even as big as he can get. So Java here, he is about 21 years old, and Bayou, our younger one, he is 11 years old. And so you're going to be seeing a huge difference between the sizes between them. And we can go look at the alligators right now. So up front, smiling for you, that is Java. He's our big boy, as you can imagine why we call him Java. And in the back, you might not be able to see him. He's doing what gators do best, and that is camouflaging in the water. He looks like a log right now, which is exactly what he wants to do. He wants to blend into the water so that he can sneak up on his prey items. So alligators, they are a freshwater species of crocodilian. So there's a lot of crocodilian species out there, but there are actually only 2 species of alligators. We have our American alligators right here, and there are also a Chinese alligator, which is a little bit smaller than our American alligator that you would see right here, mostly because the Chinese alligators are going to be just living in the rivers that are available to them in China. Whereas these guys, they live in what's called the Everglades, so you can find them in the southeast part of the United States, and they really like some brackish, murky water so that they can blend in, because as you notice them, they're brown, so they like to blend in with muddy water and look like those logs there. So another really cool thing about alligators that I think is probably my favorite fact about them is that they can shut off part of their heart so that they can give more oxygen to their lungs, so that they can actually stay underneath the water for up to 20 minutes. So it's pretty darn neat that these guys have such awesome bodily functions to help them in their natural habitats. You guys might be wondering the difference between a crocodile and an alligator. I know a lot of people come out and see the gators and they say, oh, look at the crocodiles. Nope, they're alligators, and there is a difference. So the main difference between the two is the shape of their snout. So an alligator is going to have a broad paddle-like snout, Whereas the crocodiles, they're going to have a skinnier, more triangular shaped snout. Another difference between them is you guys might have heard the phrase a crocodile smile. That's exactly right. So crocodiles, when they have their mouth closed, you can see both rows of teeth. Whereas with alligators, you just see the one row of teeth. What else? Do you have any other fun facts about alligators, Carol?
Fun facts. Chinese alligators, there's only 200 left of them in the wild in China, so they're critically endangered. They also have a really cool adaptation on their back, which is osteoderms, which is the square scales on their back. Those act like natural solar panels, and that's because they're actually filled with blood vessels. Like other reptiles such as them, they're ectotherms. Yeah, so they need a little bit of extra help from the sun. And those osteoderms, like I talked about, helps them with that. They also have, depending on the clutch and the temperature of it, it can be a male or female clutch. So it can be from 30 degrees Celsius for those who don't use our metric system. That will be more of a theme.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think warmer is female, right?
Lower is female, and male is higher, 33 degrees Celsius.
Learning something every day.
Yep. So that's super cool that like the temperature can actually determine what gender they'll be in the wild.
All right, our connection is a little spotty, so I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream and restart it and see if our connection's a little bit better, and you guys will get to see these gators getting their snacks. Hang tight.